into Black's Law Dictionary just for the purpose of giving a context of that. And if you have a Black's Law, it's on page 1562.
1662?
1562.
1562.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And this just gives you a legal definition. I'll be referring to this throughout the class, just to give legal terms, to give a legal aspect of it. And it says society, an association or company of persons, generally unincorporated, united together by mutual consent in order to deliberate, determine, and act jointly for some common purpose. In a wider sense, the common or public, the people in general. Civil society, usually a state, nation, or body politic. So, body politic. So society brings you into body politic. And the Religious Corporation Act speaks about body politic. So, if I were to go to the definition of body politic, which is on page 222. 222, yes. And it gives you the definition of body politic. It will say body politic or corporate. It will say a social compact by which the whole people covenants with each citizen, and each citizen with the whole people, that all shall be governed by certain laws for the common good. Right? And then later on in the next paragraph, it says state or nation or public associations. So as you see, when we talk about society, body politic, all these things, it brings you back to nation, right? Which again confirms what was written in the Resurrection book, where it says, out of a society, a government and a nation could be born, right? So when we refer to how the prophet spoke of us on the nation, we can go to our Moorish Holy Quran, the 48th chapter, on page 59. So on that page, it speaks specifically on verse 6. It says the following: we as a clean and pure nation, descended from the inhabitants of Africa, do not desire to amalgamate or marry into the families of the pale-skinned nations of Europe, neither serve the gods of their religion, because our forefathers are the true and divine founders of the first religious creed for the redemption and salvation of mankind on earth. Therefore, we are returning the church and Christianity back to the European nations as it was prepared by their forefathers for their earthly salvation, while we, the Moorish Americans, are returning to Islam, which was founded by our forefathers for our earthly and divine salvation. On page 60, verse 9, it says, the covenant of the great God Allah, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be longer upon the earth land which the Lord thy God Allah hath given you. And then it concludes by saying, come all ye Asiatics of America and hear the truth about your nationality and birthrights, because you are not Negroes. Learn of your forefathers' ancient and divine creed, that you will learn to love instead of hate. We are trying to uplift fallen humanity. We honor all. Come and link yourselves with the family of nations. We honor all the true and divine prophets. Right? So in our lessons, in our questionnaire, the question is asked, for what purpose was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? For the uplifting of fallen humanity. So that being the purpose, Islam, that being the purpose of our society, uplifting fallen humanity, that can only be done by following certain laws. And the first law that we set forth is our Constitution, our divine Constitution and bylaws. And give honors to Sister Wilhelmina Beck for speaking on that. Every time she reads here, she always says that we are to go by divine law. Divine law is above man-made law, right? And today she specified about Act 6. And Act 6 says the following: with us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until